these alpha bros, these manfluencers that you see online, they all think masculinity is taking every photo while severely dehydrated and moving to countries without extradition treaties. They don't know jack about being a real man, but old Buck here does. I tried 5 pieces of alpha bro loser advice and found that only one didn't suck. Here's what I learned. I always see these manfluencers publishing videos with titles like How to Land a Supermodel, How to Make All the Women Fall in Love with You. You want old Buck's advice on women? Stop treating them like they're Pokemon cards and the right one will find you. And boys, I'd steer clear of the supermodel type if I were you. Supermodels have been taught that they don't need to be nice to other people for other people to be nice to them, and that's a big old red flag for Buck. You'll find yourself a lot more happy if you end up with a woman like Bertha here. Now, she's a real woman. She eats more for breakfast than some people do all a week. She's faced adversity. She has advice that has value. She's kind. She's a good person, and she doesn't give a single frick what kind of car you drive. Manfluencers say go for high value women. They don't know what high value is. Bertha is high value. Now, these manfluencers will tell you that real men are rich and drive fancy cars. But all of that is a load of BS meant to make us buy nonsense products that we don't need. Let me tell you how money works, boys. Once you buy one new shiny fancy toy, they release a newer and shinier fancy toy, and you're gonna feel inadequate until you buy that one. You never catch the carrot, boys. You just keep grinding until your life is over. Having money and fancy things doesn't mean anything at all if you don't know how to appreciate what you have. And if you appreciate what you have, you're not gonna grind your life away trying to get more. That's just how money works, boys. Now, these manfluencers will tell you that real men have six-pack abs and look like this. But that's a load of nonsense. Physical fitness isn't about looking like you're in a Calvin Klein photo shoot. It's about being healthy. Instead of doing a bunch of abdominal exercises on some lazy man machine, try these real exercises instead. Help your elderly neighbors move heavy stuff. Carry all the groceries in for Bertha when she's had a tough day. But boys, don't take 2 trips. You carry all those groceries in at once. Chop wood in an open buttoned flannel shirt like God intended. Dig holes that may or may not ever serve a purpose. Wrestle an anthropomorphized porcupine who believes that you disrespected him. All of these will make you more of the man than any abdominal crunches ever will. And boys, don't forget to stretch. Having sore joints and mobility problems isn't manly either. I always see these alpha bros posting to social media about being up at 4 in the morning, part of what they call the grind. Now, boys, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this one because it shouldn't need explaining, but the grind is dumb. It doesn't matter when you get up. Everybody needs to get enough sleep and then spend your days doing whatever it is that you believe is productive, whatever it is that makes you happy, and do it at whatever time you want. I also see a lot of manfluencers out there telling guys that they need to have a purpose. And this is actually the one piece of advice they have that doesn't suck. The problem is, if your only purpose is to date supermodels and have a lot of money, you're never gonna be happy. If you want old Butts advice, just try to be the best person you can every day. Even if you screw that up half the time, just try your best. Over time, people will notice and they'll be nicer to you. Even if you spent up until now being a total dick, they'll eventually notice. Now here are some things you can do to get started down this path. Volunteer at a homeless shelter and don't tell a single soul that you did it. Donate to a charity anonymously. Think of compliments you can give your friends or family members and then work those into conversations later to make them feel good. If you do stuff like that consistently over a long enough period of time, you'll end up feeling really good about yourself. And that, boys, is true happiness. Now get on out there and be your best, boys. You got this.